e.l.f. is back at it again with a new product. This time it is a Halo Glow Skin Tint. Entonces, you guys know what time it is. I'm going to do a full-blown review and wear test on this. Let you guys know my thoughts, how this works on oily skin with rosacea, texture, all that good stuff. So let's see if this is worth the money, porque this is not cheap. This is actually $18, which is pretty pricey for the drugstore, but that's why I'm here, to put this to the test. So I went ahead and purchased this on e.l.f.'s website right here. And to be honest, I don't know if the shade's gonna work the best on me. I did get the shade 9, which is medium cool. I don't know what I was thinking when I decided to go for a cool color, because I feel like I tend to fall for the neutrals. But for some reason, the neutral that I saw just wasn't speaking to me. Vamos a ver. So the Halo Glow Skin Tint SPF 50 is a hydrating serum-like skin tint with mineral SPF of 50. Now, I will mention, because some of you guys will ask me, oh, did you have products on? Are you gonna prime? The only thing I like to use as of lately is just going in with hydrating skincare products. My skin, for some reason, has been a little bit dry to the touch, but obviously then through the day it does get oily, but just like at the beginning of the day, it tends to have some dryness. It could be the rosacea. So I always like to really go in and hydrate it, let it have a good radiant glow so everything sits really nicely on top. And that's just gonna be all I use. I'm not gonna use any other primer. Like I said, this is supposed to be hydrating, delivers light buildable coverage, with a natural dewy finish. So as an oily skin girl, that's what I'm going to really be seeing how it does. Is it gonna be too dewy for me? Is it gonna be just enough? Vamos a ver. It's also set to provide UVA and UVB protection with 0 white casts. It's lightweight, serum-like, that sinks into the skin. It does it all, SPF 50 and Skin Tint. It's available in 18 flexible shades, 6 shades family with 3 undertones each. It's non-comedogenic, so it's not going to clog pores, and it's dermatologist tested. Some of the key ingredients are zinc oxide with that mineral SPF, niacinamide to help brighten skin tone, and bisabolol to help soothe skin. So let's just start. So I'm gonna go ahead and shake this well. It says to shake well and squeeze out 5 drops of tint, then apply using clean fingertips or a sponge. Ooh, you can definitely hear that right there. Oh, you can see this consistency. It is a liquidy consistency. And you know what? I am going to use my fingers just to kind of disperse it out, see how that does, because it says you can use your fingers. I just want to see if it melts easily into the skin. It's a very lightweight texture. It feels like you're just applying sunscreen, to be completely honest. It doesn't smell like sunscreen, which I appreciate, because sometimes with some products you can smell that sunscreen right away, but this, I don't really smell it, so that's good. Okay, it's definitely covering the redness, and it blends really nicely when you just go in with the finger. The forehead, I typically don't need that much just because the forehead is pretty evened out. It's just like kind of the cheek area that's typically very red. But you can see, ooh, I'm noticing that it's oxidizing on the back of my hands. Hopefully it doesn't oxidize too much. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do, once I disperse it out with my fingers, I am gonna go ahead and take a brush and just kind of pat it into the skin and see how that blends. Definitely a nice hydrating product. It's not clinging onto my dryness. It's blending very seamlessly. And it took care of that redness pretty quickly. So this is after, before. It looks very healthy, like very, very, very healthy, bonitas. Mira. It doesn't feel heavy either, very lightweight. Let me see if it feels sticky. It is sticky. I feel like skin tints tend to have like a little bit of a stickiness feel to them, but what I can say is I appreciate the fact that it's not like overly glowy, it's not like wet glowy. It's more like a glow from within glowy, but looks nice. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. Ooh, this is a very runny product, so just be mindful of that because it is a little messy because it is a liquidy product. You can see how liquidy it is. So now we're gonna go ahead on the other side and we are going to take our sponge and we're going to begin to melt that into the skin. Ooh, it applies really nicely with the sponge too. I feel like the sponge gives a similar effect to the fingers, except because it's a sponge, it presses the product in a little bit further than the fingers does. So I would say if you want a more natural finish with this, I would definitely go in with a sponge over a brush. I'm curious to see how I would look with shade 8. I feel like that one may be a little better for me now that I'm seeing everything on the complexion, but I don't think this one is horrible. Like, I think I can still get away with this one. We'll see how this looks with natural light, because I feel like a lot of times too with the studio light, it can be a little bit more of a contrast, and then you see in the warmer light, you're like, oh, it's actually looks like this or it looks like that. Now it is 11:03 a.m. and I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my look. I'm gonna keep it super simple today, because with a skin tint, I always like simple makeup. It's also a Tuesday, so I'm just running errands. I'm not doing anything crazy. So I definitely want more so of like that natural glam, that simple glam. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish that up real quick. Y ahorita regreso, because I do wanna show you how this looks once we've given it some time to set. Because I feel like sometimes you give products some time to set and then they can change a little bit. Like I said, continue to oxidize. We're gonna see all that. So I'll be right back. I am back. I have completed the full face of makeup for el día de hoy, for today. And I wanted to keep it nice and simple. Like I said, whenever I wear skin tint, it's like my running errands type of look. So I went ahead and just did a little bit of blush. For the blush, I did an e.l.f. liquid blush. It's the mauve one. I think it's like Bold Face Lilac. Yeah, that's what it's called. Bold Face Lilac. It's the lilac one. I've been loving this. I feel like it's such a pretty lilac shade for my complexion. Then I did a little bit of eyeshadow, just like a brown eyeshadow all throughout the crease, just to add a little bit of dimension and depth to the eyes. Some mascara, the Maybelline Colossal Bubble Mascara. I really like it. It's really nice. Maybelline always brings it with their mascara, so I'm always like, yep, you got it, Maybelline. For lips, I just did my Hard Candy Lippy, and then the e.l.f. gloss. So I'm gonna have everything linked down below so you can check them out. But I just wanted to share what exactly I'm wearing on esta carita, because I feel like it's important to share. Sometimes you guys are wondering, ooh, like, what is that? What are you wearing? So this is exactly what I'm wearing. It feels really nice to wear some makeup. It's been a few days since I've worn makeup. I just finished running a half marathon, not today, but over the last weekend, and I'm still on cloud 9 from it. But it feels nice to be back in my glam chair, glamming it up. So let's talk about this. So this is on the face and it's looking good. We definitely do have a glow to the skin, which you guys can see. If you are somebody that has oily skin and you prefer a more matte finish, this probably won't be the product for you, because as you can see, it does get glowy. But you can always go in and set it with a powder. You can bake with a powder to really lock in some of those oils for a little bit longer through the day, and see how that goes. But this is what it's looking like on the skin. It feels very hydrating. It looks like skin. It's not clinging onto any of my dry patches or my texture, which is always a plus. And I like it. As for oxidizing, I definitely do think this does oxidize a little bit, so just keep that in mind. Do I want to try the shade 8, which is the neutral one? Yes. But we shall see. We shall see if I love it that much, because like I said, this product does cost $18. So it's not a cheap one. So if this can work for me, I'm just gonna keep it as is. Right now it is 11:23. I think it looks good. Let me do a flash test, because it's supposed to give no white cast. So I kind of want to see if I'm gonna have any like flashback with it. So vamos a ver. So I don't see a white cast, but what I will say the flash enhances a little bit is the dewiness of the product. It does look a little more on the dewy side. So like I said, if you are somebody that doesn't want that dewy look, you definitely want to go in with a powder and just set that in place, and it'll look nice. And to be honest, in case you are somebody that prefers a matte finish, but you still want to try this out, I would say don't get discouraged by the fact that it's dewy, because a lot of times you want a very hydrating base so you can begin layering on with the products that are going to give you that nice matte complexion. So this could still be an option for you, even if you are somebody that has oily skin and you want more so that matte complexion, because to be honest, products tend to layer really nicely on this type of formula. Something that's lightweight, something that's more liquidy, something that is just very easy to blend. Once you put on those powders, things start to really set into place nicely. So that's kind of what we have going on. And yeah, I'll see you when it does at the end of the day for my final thoughts, so keep watching. So I just stopped to make a grocery run, but I wanted to show you how the complexion looks like right now. This is what we are looking like. We do have a little bit of a glow to the skin, but nothing too intense. And this is how it matches to my neck. I think honestly the color isn't bad. Could I go to a neutral? Absolutely. But like I said, unless I absolutely love this, I'm not buying another shade, because $18 is not cheap for drugstore. But also, I mean, if it's worth it, it's worth it. But for 2 shades, I don't think so. But yeah, it's not bad at all. So this is what it's looking like. But this is a good reference in case you're around my complexion. You can play around with them. If you feel like this color isn't quite the one that you want, definitely go to shade 8. But besides that, I think it's looking pretty good, very healthy. It definitely does become one with the skin, very skin-like type of finish, which is really, really good. So let's carry on with the rest of the day. Right now it actually is 2 p.m. so we still have a good amount of hours left wearing this skin tint. I am going to go on a few walks with my dog and I'll really be able to tell how it does, because right now it is pretty hot out. It's like high 80s, so I'll keep you posted. Okay, bonitas, I am back. Right now it is 6:42 in the evening. I just finished up my dinner. I finished feeding my dog. So now I am ready to unwind for the rest of the evening. So I wanted to show mis bonitas how the e.l.f. skin tint looks on the skin at this time on my oily skin. So you guys can see this definitely does have a glow right off the bat. I think the people that are gonna love this the most are people that have normal to dry skin, or people that just prefer a glowy, very natural skin like type of finish. If you love natural glam, you'll also really enjoy this, because it's a very natural, everyday friendly type of product. Now, if you're looking for coverage, don't be fooled by the light coverage, because I definitely do think this gives great coverage. Like, you get really, really good coverage from this skin tint. So that I definitely really like about it. I feel like the coverage is definitely there and the glow is definitely there. But like I mentioned earlier, this is one of those products that, because it's so lightweight, if you do want to try this out and you have oily skin, you could get away with using this as your base and then layering it with other products to really create that flawless, nice matte base. I'm actually going to be sharing something along those lines in my next video, so stay tuned for that. But you bonitas can see this is what the complexion looks like. As for longevity though, I really do appreciate the fact that it is long wearing. It still stayed on really nice on the complexion. I went on a walk with my dog, about a 30-minute walk, and it was hot out there. Like, it was hot. So I was like, I wonder how this is gonna wear through this walk, because I was sweating, and it's still on very well and very nicely. So I honestly think that if you do want to check this out, it'll be something that you enjoy. Now, the price point, $18 for e.l.f. That is a little pricey for e.l.f. You do have in here 50 SPF, mineral sunscreen. You do also get, how much product do you get in here? You get 1 standard ounce, nothing new. Honestly, I think, unfortunately, in the times that we're in, a lot of things are going to start going up in price a little bit. So I'm not really shocked when I saw this was $18. Is that my favorite thing to see from something affordable? No, but e.l.f. does have a lot of other really great, much affordable products. I also think that as the years progress, drugstore is amping up their game and including, you know, more ingredients or like better quality stuff, which can elevate that price up. But I think with everything in the economy, tariffs, all that stuff, things are going to just naturally go up, unfortunately. But what I will say is you can find this at Ulta, so definitely go in and find your perfect shade, because for me right now, this shade 9 is not bad, but I feel like maybe the shade 8 would have been better, but I just don't want to go out and buy another one when I have this one. If I finish this one, then I'll get the shade that I feel like could work better, but I'm not going to go out of my way to buy another one. So yeah. So those are pretty much my thoughts, bonitas. I hope that this video was super helpful for you guys if you are looking for a review that is more geared towards people that have redness or imperfections or oily skin. I hope that this video helped a lot. I do want to include a giveaway in this video because I love giving back to mis bonitas for all your support. Please make sure that you are subscribed, you're 18 years or older, and that you like this video. Also, you have to be US based only. And I'm just gonna ask you 2 questions. What is your favorite drugstore skin tint? Have you tried this one? Let me know what your favorite skin tint is. And where are you from? What part of the USA are you from? Are you from California? Are you from Texas? Are you from Maryland? Let me know where you're from. Answer those 2 questions down below in the comment section. Only enter once, please. And this giveaway will only be for a week long, and I will personally contact the winner via private message. So, also leave either your Instagram handle or your email so that I can contact you there and let you know if you've won. So all the details again will be down below in my description box, but I just wanted to share that I did want to include a giveaway at the end of this video because I love mis bonitas and I really appreciate your love and support. And we are back in full gear with the beauty content. I feel like I was MIA for just a little bit. There was a lot going on. And also I was really focused on my running and prepping for that now I'm back at it. No more running for a while. I'm taking a break. I'm gonna focus on some strength training, getting back in the gym, but there's gonna be a lot of beauty content, so keep watching, bonitas. But with that being said, I hope you guys have a fabulous day. Don't forget to stay safe, stay blessed, and stay beautiful. Y nos vemos pronto. Adiós, bonitas.